It's another tempter for Ali Carter, but there's no colour on really, unless you can get the white up in between pink and blue and leave that choice. You just know that if you don't start knocking the long ones in, Judd Trump's going to attempt them at some stage. I suppose in fairness he's been pretty lucky to get away with that. The double kiss helped.
Has Judd seen a plant? Yeah. Nailed on this. Absolutely nailed on. This red's going to go all over the place, and it's more or less a guaranteed certainty. There's my opinion.
Let me say this: you wouldn't play this if it was your life depended on it.
If this is nailed on and he fancies it's the right potting angle, he's just got to play to putt the first one. I mean,
absolutely. I'm not saying he won't play it. I'm just saying you wouldn't play it. No.
Well, I don't know. Obviously, it's not nailed on. Otherwise, he'd have played it.
I rest my case.
Oh, I don't know. What's he looking at here? He's looking at a red onto another red on. Is he going to play the red by the blue onto the plant area, screw back to balk?
You've lost me now.
I reckon could end up a 3 or 4 ball plant here.
Well, stand by your beds. There's something going to happen here. And what is it? Snooker behind the yellow, Steve. Why don't you call that shot? Brilliant.
Still not so sure he had it on his mind, but perfect control of the cue ball. And now, Ali Carter is in heaps of trouble. Can he get to the red on the top cushion somehow? 2 cushion escape, similar to the one he played earlier in the first frame.
I don't think he can get there, Steve. He brushed by the red in the first time and it cost him 120. If he brushes by this one, it'll cost him a lot more. See, I don't think he could get to the left-hand side of it, which he wanted. Now, the only way he could have got away with that if he's left this dead straight, which he may have done.
Well, the yellow's very gettable anyway for Judd Trump, should he not choose to try and get the cue ball out into open play. You'd fancy even if he left it tight on the cushion, the cue ball, he'd be fancying the pot on the yellow. Oh, what a great shot. Oh, he's apologised, he's got away with it. Massive positional fluke.
Oh, I've just seen Ali Carter's head drop there. I mean, it's entitled to drop there. I mean, that is a massive bit of good fortune.
Well, he tried to make something happen.
8.
He was hoping, obviously, that the yellow was always going to be an option.
9.
But how do you feel if you're Ali Carter? Now the frame's opened up.
Obviously, the red next to the black is causing a problem. That could be... Oh, he's not got hold of that.
15.
Wow, what a reprieve that is for Ali Carter. He must have felt like he was going to lose the frame at that visit where the balls are. He's not on this black. Tried to just stun it dead and ran through that 2 or 3 inches. Very careless. It is a new cloth and cushions for as both these players come into the second session here, so maybe the table's reacting slightly different.
Through ball.
Got the possibility of trying to get the cue ball in behind the yellow again. Decided against that.
Judge Trump, 15.
It's a better judgment of a safety shot that to get the cue ball behind the yellow from the blue was a risk, really, and he would have left Ali Carter with an easier safety shot than the one he's got now. So burying that cue ball in the centre of the table with the spread of balls has given him a problem. Still on the back foot here, isn't he? Well, he's playing sort of containing stuff at the moment.
He's not really had much of a chance yet, has he, Ali? Potted a very good red and had to play safe because he went nicely on the black, and everything since then has been safety. I'm not too sure whether he's left the gap for this red. He got onto the potting angle of the red in the middle. I think he has. It's amazing, isn't it? We're talking about fractions here. And that may be the only place he can't cut the yellow in from.
And he potted it so positively. Sneaky little roll up behind the yellow. It's not easy to get a snooker from. Not easy to get one from the brown either. The balls will separate quite a lot on these thin cloths.
Judge Trump, 1.
That's a pretty decent effort. Has he covered the one to the right of the table? Looks like Ali Carter can get through to the left-hand side of that fractionally. And so he would have a chance to play the cue ball straight up and down the table. Down past the green. Unless he can't see enough of it. If he can't, he's got to come back to the ball via a screw shot. Well,
thank you.
He must be feeling very aggrieved at the moment at the run of the balls.
Well, everything he does is wrong, isn't it? I mean, if this red doesn't kiss the brown, it's a perfect shot. So everything going Judd's way at the moment. Can he take advantage?
One.
Judd immediately looking for a colour that can get him up the table to be able to pot a red and pot the black into its available pocket. It's not ideal how he's played his first shot, though. Maybe playing the brown, even though it's a risk. You'd expect him to pot it, but the fact that he's been messing around with the rest means he didn't like the position.
Yes, the screw shot would have been very difficult with the rest. He just virtually has to bring the cue ball over the blue spot area. If he wants to play at one cushion or play it around 2 cushions, which he has decided to do 2 cushions, which avails very good position. Now if he's straight, he can get onto the black. If he's not, he'll play for another colour. This time, I don't expect him to make a mistake.
Next time we see Judd Trump on a long pot where we can see straight down the throat of the shot, you'll notice that before he makes his forward movement with the delivery,
13.
he gets his eyes fully on the object ball. Not every player does that, but that's Judd Trump's method.
14.
Just a bit awkward at the minute, isn't it? So it's all about that red next to the black. That's causing the problems at the moment.
$16.
Now, can he get rid of the
17.
bogey red now? Is he on a position on the black where he can do that? Didn't get the best of contacts on that black there, but he still managed to kiss the red in a way that he can get rid of it.
24.
He's 39 points in front, so 3 reds, 3 colours. Well, he's
25.
won the first 2 frames and levelled the match. So Ali Carter really has not done a lot wrong in this session, to be honest. Wow. Can you believe that?
Judd Trump 25.
Just when we thought he was going to level, he's missed the easiest of blacks off the spot. Well, what a bonus this is for Ali Carter. He was sitting down a few seconds ago expecting Judd Trump to clear where the balls are. Now he's got an excellent chance of
7.
in the frame at this visit.
Important to stamp his authority on this session. Quite rightly taking his time, settling himself down.
$8.
This is just a wonderful situation where, amazingly enough, he can play for all 3 reds here with this shot. Just play through the gap and he'll have a choice of 3 reds. Doesn't have to necessarily play for 1. So that's what you do in this kind of situation, and whichever avails the better position, you can take it. If he's on all 3 reds, he'll just have a little look round, which is the best one.
$21.
I mean, ideally, would like the blue on its spot, but I don't think he should risk it at this stage. He should just get on into any colour off the last red, preferably black or bought colour, and that would make the yellow a lot easier.
22.
Where the blue is, it's not too bad to play from brown to blue, but it's definitely the key shot is getting perfect on the yellow to be able to get onto the green. That's the key shot.
Well, he could be tempted to play for the blue here. He's got the right angle, but whether it's still the right shot, as you say, Willie, is another matter. Quite rightly, I think. Looks like he's turning it down.
Thank you. 29.
In some ways, the easiest ball to play to get on the yellow from the last red is the yellow.
But this is where he's got to be very careful. He needs to leave an angle on that next yellow to be able to pop the green. Doesn't matter, he's had a quick glance at the scoreboard, so it doesn't matter what colour he plays, he's okay. It's really nice to see Ali Carter fit and well again. It's common knowledge he has a disease called Crohn's disease, where he's been struggling to practice at some time. He's in the best of health at the moment, and it's nice to see Ali Carter back at the
31.
top of his game. Been a bit of a struggle for him the last couple of years. I must admit he's one of my favourite players to watch. He plays everything very attacking. Beautiful curious to get through the ball really well. He'd like to be able to reach this without the rest, but I don't think he can. This is the big shot. If he pots the green, you'd expect him to pinch the frame. Very good. The only problem, the angle on the brown is not perfect to get onto the blue now. This is quite clearly the key shot. Any easy pot he can leave himself on the blue, you'd expect him to clear, but how close can he get to this blue? Well, he's looked at the two-cushion angle to come round. He's now going to look at the screw back, probably almost round the back of the black. But he'll need the rest if he plays it that way. So he's playing the run-through. Now how close can he get to this blue? That is very good. That was a beautiful positional shot. Well played. So only needs the pink, doesn't have to worry about the black. And
45.
He knows how important this frame is, having seen Judd Trump pot virtually everything in the first two frames. To have missed that easy black, Judd Trump not even looking at this. Doesn't even want to look at it. Not looked at the table once during this mini break. Would you believe it? I couldn't see that coming either.
45.
Black off the spot miss by Judd. Pink off the spot miss for frame by Ali.
He just gave it one more cueing motion, as if he wasn't settled. Perhaps he should have got up and started again. The tension of the crucible. Judd, under some circumstances, would risk the double, but he's got to also try and guarantee, should he take that risk, getting on the black. You'd have to hit this very hard to do that. Makes the doubling angle more difficult to judge.
What a very, very clever shot that was. Okay, very easy to hit. It's the old adage, it's not hitting it, it's getting it safe. Well, he feels he can just hit the pink very, very thin. He's got to be a little bit careful with the pink bouncing off the cushion and the white careering into it on the way back. Well, he played that beautifully. What a good reply.
Well, he played the pink up to where the balk line was. It may have rolled off a fraction. He must have had his heart in his mouth as well, because he should have stuck that up. But he hit it on the so thin, he's not even really given Ali a guarantee here. Well, as a result of a miss-hit, Willie, he's given Judd a chance.
Yes, I agree with you, Steve. He completely mishit the previous safety shot and left that shot where Ali had to take it on. Obviously, the thinner the better, but unfortunately he hit it too thick, and this looks pretty straightforward. Should pop the pink. There's no problem holding for the black. Oh, this is just going to make Judd forget about the two bad shots he's played. What an amazing frame this has been. Judd should have done it very early when he missed the black off the spot. Ali Carter will be very disappointed. He had the first chance for the pink in the middle. Missed it. Judd Trump levels at 5-5. Oh, Steve, it's... you talk about the Crucible. How much did you suffer with nerves at the Crucible? Because that was one of those frames where that would really hurt Ali, losing that frame the way he has done now.
I think every session is a journey into the unknown a bit in that department. You can be going along quite nicely, then a sequence of events happen that really unnerves you. And things like that can, you know full well that the guys played a couple of poor shots. One was a poor safety shot and got away with it. It seems to increase the pressure and the tension on you. And from Ali Carter, probably feeling pretty happy with himself overnight. And probably pretty happy coming out this afternoon. Now, of the two players, he'll be much of the two most unnerved. While we're here, would I just like to congratulate Greg Robert Davis on a 21 break.
Your son?
Yes.
When did he do that?
He's 21 today.
Is it your son's birthday?
Yeah.
Are you that old?
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, Greg, if you're listening. Your father's getting younger every day, and you're 21. I can remember when you were a wee whippersnapper. He's trying to play on the tour this year, I believe, isn't he? He's going to play qualify in school and try and become a pro.
Yes, and all the PTCs next year, so wish him the best of luck, and I hope I don't have to get to play against him.
Yes, that must be. It's happened a couple of times this week. Jeff Folds and Neil Folds I can think of. Obviously, Fred and Joe were brothers, but I'm just trying to think of another father and son. Has there been another one? Professional-wise? I can't think of one off my top of my head.
I believe Peter Lyons' son is a very good junior, and if he continues, the two of them may meet. You never know.
Yeah, there's a player that should have done better, in my humble opinion, than he has. Peter Lyons, I think, is a really good player. I'm surprised he hasn't done better. So very relieved Judd Trump is getting frame 11 underway. He'll feel like he's pinched that frame. I know he should have won it